Hi friends and welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Paula. You can find me on Instagram at the 502 Stitcher. Today is Wednesday, November 26, 2025, and this is Flosstube number 53. If you're new here, you can find me on Instagram at the 502 Stitcher. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you being here and watching all my videos. This is a floss tip, like I said, if you're new here, about my cross-stitch journey and a little bit of sewing. I'm trying to dabble in some of the bag making, so I do have a few bags to show you that I've been working on. But mainly, right now, I've been working on filling a dough bow for every season. I just had a dough bow done about 2 videos ago for my fall. And now I have one for Thanksgiving, so I've been working on that. So I'm going to show you. I'm so excited to have this done. So I had that done. I'm so excited. And I'll be showing you all the pillows I've been working on. So now that I have that done, I want to jump in and start working on some Christmas pillow finishes and be able to have one done for Christmas. Like I said, in the U.S., it's Thanksgiving weekend. If you are in the U.S. and celebrate, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, whether it's going out to hanging out with family, just having good food, or finding some extra time to stitch. So I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And if you don't celebrate, I hope you have a good weekend also. The kids are out of school today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So they're very excited. Take a drink really quick, sorry. I've had to film this a couple times because I messed up and then I want to restart. So sorry, my throat's getting a little dry from talking. But like I said, the kids are out of school today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So they're really happy about that. Today we're going to go over to my mom's and help decorate her tree. They always enjoy helping Nene with her tree and getting all that done for that. Tomorrow we are going to my mother-in-law's to have Thanksgiving lunch, dinner, brunch, whatever you want to call it, with her. And then we are having my mom and my dad and my brother over our house on Friday, and I'm cooking our Thanksgiving dinner with them. So sorry if you hear Stormy. He's over there playing with something. But I got him out of it a minute ago when I stopped, and he went right back to it. Now he's walking. So sorry if that's a distraction. But like I said, we're really going to have a fun weekend. I can't wait. Also, nobody's been in the hospital in the last 2 weeks, so that's good. Nothing more you can ask for than that. Everybody's been, knock on wood, pretty well. So we're happy with that. Also, I've been working on not only my pillows, but I've done a couple of the Lori Holt bags, so I'm going to show you those. And we've just been having a good time hanging out. So I hope that you've been doing well. And we'll go ahead and jump in here. The very first thing, like I said, the Lori Holt bags I have for the mini bags. I bought a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, one of the Lori Holt panels to make a bag. So they're called zippy bags. And the larger bags I had showed you a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and they're like this size. They're a decent size, but they come with a mini bag panel, so you can see the difference in the two. Pretty big difference. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be able to put in here, but maybe notions or stuff, and I just dropped a pillow. But so here are the bags I have done. The very first one is just got these little doggies on it. Straight. That was a photo part as a string. I'm going to cut that. So let's see the back of that. And there's this one. And lastly. So those are fun to make. Now that I kind of have the basic pattern down, I would like to get, I have other material, you know, as crafters, we collect things. So I do have some Christmas fabric, and I would like to use that pattern and make some bags for myself and be able to do that. So I'm going to pick that pillow up real quick that I dropped. Sorry about that. But like I said, I want to be able to make some other bags and do one for Christmas. But after I had done those bigger bags, I went ahead and went to Fat Quarter Shop and ordered another panel of those big bags. So I have more of those in my future too. So before we do that, we'll go ahead and jump on everything else. I'll go ahead and show you all my dough bow pillows. I'm so happy with this. I'm so proud of them. So I have these kind of in order, so I'm going to kind of try to go through these, and so I can have them on my list to be able to, put my notes later on for you if you want those. So the very first one is Give Thanks, and this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This was their free Friday from November 2024. If you are not signed up for their newsletter, sign up for Fat Quarter Shop, sorry. Sign up for Primrose Cottage Stitches newsletter, and they will send you a monthly free pattern Friday. And I did hear on their last Flosstube they're going to continue it for this year, so go ahead and sign up for that. You won't be disappointed. If you didn't get this one, you are able to purchase this now in their shop. So this is Give Thanks. This was done on a 32 count fabric. I want to say Legacy. I started it last year and then went back to it and was able to get it done. It is some of the call for colors, like the orange is a call for color, the brown's a call for color, but the green and the white color are not. They're for my stash. So I had the other colors, so I did them, and then that. And then here on the back, I got my labels from Forever Emblem. 2 videos, or I think it was like 2 videos ago when I did my fall bow, I did show you all about those labels. So if you have any questions about those, go ahead and go back to that video and you can get all the information about their Etsy shop. And also I put a little charm on there, if you can see. That says 2025. I didn't find any fall charms. I was going to add the charms to it, like, little thing. But I did find some Christmas ones, so my Christmas pillows will have a couple little charms on them, so it'll be fun. Next is Pumpkin Stack. This is also by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This came in from their Sip and Stitch box for fall. So if you did not get the Sip and Stitch box, I think you'll have to wait about a year. So maybe next fall they'll be releasing these. This is done on a 16 count oaken fabric. I think it's by Picture This Plus. It is a call for colors that was in the Sip and Stitch box, and this is the material that they finished it in. The back is a little different. And that was fabric for my stash, my label, and my little charm. So I thought that turned out really cute. See, next is Autumn You. This is also by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This was a pattern they released, I want to say early fall, maybe late summer. I did make some changes on this one because they had did it on like taupe, and I just did it on a 14 count like oatmeal color, and my ukuru wasn't showing up right here, so I did change my sheep to gray sheep because there are gray sheep. This is the finishing kit from Fat Quarter Shop, or not Fat Quarter, Primrose. I almost keep saying Fat Quarter Shop. Primrose finishing kit, and then all the other call for colors are call for colors that came from the floss pack. And so here's this one. And there's the back. And like I said, that's all their finishing kit. So if you want to finish it just like that, go over there. And I'm not for sure, they might still have kits in their thing. Okay, Autumn Quaker. This is one that you saw last time. This is from Primrose Cottage Stitches also. It is, I did it like, I want to say 2 years ago. The only change I made to this, they had the year right here, and I think it was like 2024, and I just changed her last name. I didn't want the year on it. I'm not for sure if I'm going to do that with the rest of the Quakers, but we'll see. It is on a 16 count fabric from Color and Cotton. I got the kit from them, and I want to say it was called like Chantilly, and then they had a special dyed Brit rack and then a special dyed floss for this kit. So, and I want to say it was called like Pumpkin or something. Next is Give Thanks. This is also by Primrose Cottage Stitches. You can tell I like Primrose. And this was a pattern from their shop that you have to purchase. It is done not in the call for colors. I did a lot of the call for colors from the Sip and Stitch box from the fall, and then added in colors that were called for that didn't fit in with the kit. And it is on the 16 count oaken also. 16 count has now become my happy place for stitching on, so you will see lots of 16 count. And here's the back. Next, let's see, is Gather Together. This is one you saw previously. This is from Heart and Hand. It is not the Call for Colors. It's Colors from My Stash. And this one I think is on 16 count, like platinum, I think is what it was called. I do not like that fabric. I have some of it left and I plan to never work on it again, but maybe use what was left. I don't know what the problem was. I normally like stiff fabric, but this one just like made my hands hurt and I did not like it. So I was very happy to have this one done. And I never, ever, ever plan to order that fabric again. Just so you know how I feel about it. Next is Gobble Gobble. This is a half of the pattern from Pinker and Pumkin, and this is a free pattern on her blog. She had a turkey like over here, and I had planned to do the turkey also, but I just ran out of time, and luckily it filled my dobo. So this is on a 16 count country mocha. I was trying to look and see if it was 16 count or 14 count, but 16 count country mocha, and I just thought it was really cute for the Gobble Gobble. So there's a big joke in our family with the kids always go gobble gobble, so sorry, you just have to kind of be there. Next is Thankful Owls by Bent Creek. This is one I finished, I want to say last year. It is not the Call for Colors or the Call for Fabric, but it was just what I had in my stash. A button did come from their kit, and then I ordered some little, I don't know what you want to call this, fuzziness to go around the edge. It is like on a 14 count, and I want to say it was called like Grayscale. It came from Hobby Lobby, and I don't think this is one of the colors they carry anymore, which kind of sad because I really like that one. So it says Thankful, Grateful, Blessed, and I just love those little owls on top of the fork. I think they're super cute. Next, let's see, is Thankful by Stitching with the Housewives. This is done on 16 count black Ada. It is not the Call for Colors other than the white. The rest of it came from the Sip and Stitch box colors. Oh, and I forgot to show you that. Let's see. Next, we have Happy Harvest. This is from the Sip and Stitch box from Primrose Cottage Stitches. It is on 16 count oaken. This is the piece of fabric that came in the Sip and Stitch box, and the little string, I guess, what do you call it? Not raffia, I don't know. Twine. Sorry, my mind's gone. But it's the Call for Colors, the rest of that. And 16 count oaken, I don't know if I said that. I can't remember. Next, I have, let's see, Fall is in the Air by Stitching with the Housewives. This is also done on 16 count oaken, and it is the colors from the Sip and Stitch box with a couple of colors added in that was called for. So here's that. And then lastly, I have my 2 monthly minis, and the very first one is November. This is a new start, I think, since the last time I was here, and I finished. So cute, that little turkey. Just a simple back. And then I had the September Sip and Stitch, or not Sip, mini, what is it called? Monthly mini, sorry. And I thought it still worked because I had the pumpkin. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to pause this right here and go ahead and get all this cleaned up and then come right back with the rest of my stuff. Okay, I am back. I got all that put away and brought more out to be able to show you what I've been working on. I do have one finished to show you. It is in the Nativity Quaker by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I am doing this on 16 count Be Stitch Me in the colorway One More Reproduction. And here is it done. It is the Call for Colors. From their, I bought the little floss pack from Primrose and I got that done. So I'm really happy I had it done. It took me about 4 days of working on it and got that all done. So I'm really happy to have that. Originally, I don't think I'm going to right now I don't have a lot in my dough bowl. I will put it with the rest of the pillows, but after that I plan to get like something separate to be able to put it in, because the colors kind of just don't go match with the rest of the Christmas colors, because it's kind of like, I don't know what you want to call them, more they're just duller colors than the bright Christmas colors. I don't think it'll match really well. So I just think that's really pretty, and I've got that one done. Next, we'll go into my whips. The very first one is my concentration piece. I had 3 for concentration pieces for the month of November, and I got my other 2 done. And this is my last one. So it's Christmas Rolls by Primrose. And I just have these last 2 sections to be able to do right here. So I've been working on that one. Not as much as I should, I swear. I just feel like, things have been so busy. I just haven't had time to sit down and do a lot of stitching. So there's just not a lot that I have. So here is what I got. So I need to get my booty in gear and get the last 2 pieces done. And I really hope I have enough room for that last little section. So, and get this one up for Christmas. Currently I have autumn rolls and let's see what's the other one. Hive rolls. I think those are only 2 I have done. So I'm gonna get that one done. I'll have a 3rd one done. If you are going to the Jingle Ball, I did see that Primrose Cottage Stitches is going to be having a winter rolls. I will be buying that and getting that one to be able to work on for the winter. So next is Yeti Snow Globe. This is by Bent Creek. It came in a kit. Let's see, do I have my, I don't have my Yeti, I don't have the picture with me, or, yeah I do, sorry. I always make a working copy and put it in my thing, and it was covering the working copy. So this is what it looks like. This is the first time it came with, like, it's called perler cotton, so it's thicker cotton, and it's first time working on that. It comes on a 20 count linen, and you do 2 over 2 on it. So first time ever doing that. I don't work on it a lot because honestly it kind of hurts my hands. I know that sounds silly, but I just find it like kind of tires me out. So I do a little bit here, a little bit there, and I have worked on this one quite a bit, so it is almost done. If you are a mom or have kids, I had this over there on the couch and I didn't have it closed up, and all of my, because it came in this little bags, all of this all got knocked out underneath the couch, and I can't find the beads. I don't know where the beads went. So instead of doing beads, I just put in like 1 stitch right here. So if I ever find the beads, I can use them for something else. But my kit is going to be, or my finish is going to be a little bit different because I lost those beads somewhere. But I think he's turning out super cute. So I just need to finish up his face, do a little bit on the, or back stitching on this, a couple snowflakes in that are blue, and then finish at the very bottom, and they'll be done. So it's really cute. I would like to try to find a frame like how they have it and put it in. I just think that's really cute. So I need to do that. So. Next I have is my 2 whip go starts. I do not know, yeah, I do have the pattern in here. I try to go upstairs a day or so before I'm getting all this out and getting all my patterns, but sometimes I just don't do it. But this is All Is Calm by Stitching with the Housewives. My whip go goal is to work on it for 3 days for at least an hour each. I've only worked on this 2 days. I forgot to take pictures of where I was with these, so I apologize. But on this one, basically what I've done is fill in all, I did the back coloring of the blue, as you can see, and I started in over here. So, all those snowflakes have all their blue now. This is on 14 count black Ada. I would like to try to get this one done by the end of the Christmas, but I just know that's going to be too much to ask because I want to work on those dough bows. If I wasn't, I could get it knocked out for Christmas. Because honestly, and I just dropped the bag. Honestly, there's not a lot to it. There is just those words, a couple snowflakes in that church, and a little bit of trees. Sorry. So it's not a lot to it, honestly, and I think I could do it if I could buckle down and do it, but probably not. Next, I will have to insert a picture of this one because I don't have it with me. It's upstairs. I forgot to grab this one. My other whip go call is Quaker Garden Sampler. I have got my 3 days on this one. I am doing this on 28 count Mushroom Lugana. It is not my favorite fabric to work on. This is my first for my birthday start, and I first started cross stitching, and I had this grand claims that I was going to be able to do it. My clip broke. Let's see if I can get it off and show you all I've done. So I have quite a bit of the chart done. I just need to finish up the last 2 halves. What I've done for this whip call is work on all of these and then these 2 little things. So I've got my 3 days on here. I would maybe like to go back to it, but realistically I'm not be able to go back to it this year. Maybe next year. Not maybe next year. So, but that's how I have it done on that. I'm doing it in, I want to say the chart was done in like blue, I think. But I am doing Classic Colorworks Aunt Marie's Violet. Purple is my favorite color, so I did it in purple. Next is my style that I'm doing with a couple ladies. So go in my last videos, couple videos, and check out all the information about that. We started this on November 2nd. I'm doing it with Danielle at Love and Stitches, Alana at Mrs. Smith Stitches, and Red Dirt Stitcher and Red Poppy Stitcher. So we're doing all these. I am way behind on this. I need to like buckle down and get this done, but honestly I've been working on those dobos, so I don't have a lot of it done. But I'm dropping everything today. This is done on 16 count Country Mocha. Like I said, I'm behind. I don't have a lot done right here. Let's see. Bow this up. I'd be more organized here. I'm sorry. So I'm just kind of working on the outside of it to try to be able to cut down some of this fabric, but just getting the border worked on. I'm not doing call for colors. I'm doing DMC colors. So I'm kind of like filling in with what I think looks like the chart and going from there. So I need to dedicate some time to work on this one. Okay, sorry. Now my next 2 are new starts. The very first one is my snow day start. Sorry, now the cats are over there drinking. My oldest cat, he's bougie is what we call him. He likes fresh daily water, and I don't think I filled it up. Yeah, he's over there flicking the bow. Hold on just a second while I go fill his bow up so he can have his water. Sorry about that. Now Thunder has his fresh water, so him and Stormy can have their water. This bad cat owner. Normally when I get up in the morning, I feed them, and then I fill their water bottle and get the kids' water bottles, my husband's water bottle ready for work. But like I said, with them being out of school, everything's out of discombobulated. They've ate. Don't worry, because they would not let me forget that. But I just forgot to give him fresh water. And like I said, he's a little bougie, and he would not leave me alone. He would be flicking that bow over and be hearing all that nonsense. So he's happy now. He's got his water. So I'm starting with the new starts. I did a snow day finish, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is a sad start for my snow day finishes. But like I said, we've been really busy, and I haven't had a lot of time to dedicate to this. I did this last year, and now I'm not saying it has to be snow on the ground, because, you know, while in Kentucky we do get quite a bit of snow, we don't always have the snow that, like, you know, gets on the ground all the time. I mean, we do, but it's not like up north where, like, when it snows, you get snow all over the ground. So I'm just doing when we have snow flurries. They're actually calling for maybe a possibility of snow flurries today, so maybe I'll work on it for a little bit. I'm being kind to myself, and doing, it can be 5 minutes, 5 hours, whatever I want to do on it. So the very first one is Let's Go Ride a Bike, or no, first one, the one I'm going to be working on is Let's Go Ride a Bike, Winter Woods. And it is by Stitching with the Housewives. So I don't have a lot done on this. For 2 days, we had 2 days of snow flurries. Actually, we are in Louisville, here in Louisville where I'm at. We didn't get really anything, but my daughter's teacher works down around the Highlands, which is like 15-20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes from here. He said they had snow like on the road. So, and then I saw a video of Elizabethtown and Radcliffe, which are about 45 minutes away or so. They had like, it was like 2 or 3 inches. So it just was weird how it fell, kind of. We just had flurries, but here's what I got done. Not much for 2 days worth of stitching to work on it. So we'll see now if we get snow flurries. So you'll see. Thunder's looking in the window, so sorry. You gotta look for them birds, you know. I have a bird feeder right over on this window, so they like to sit out there and watch the birds. We haven't had a lot of birds lately, I guess, with the changing in the seasons or whatever, so I'm hoping that they'll start coming. And I like to watch the birds. So the Junos will be coming soon, so I always love watching the Junos. I want to say they get here like January-ish or whatever, so they're just really pretty birds. I really like them. They're kind of black and gray, and they're really pretty in the snow. My next one is one of my starts for Jingle Ball. I don't have a lot on this either. I feel like, because honestly, like I said, we've just been really busy, and I haven't had a lot of time to dedicate. I need to get this done because Jingle Ball is next weekend, so. Originally, I was wanting to be like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, do that, mix them all up. I'm just going to kind of stay with it. I want to do the snowman right here, but I'm doing a different tree. No, I'm doing the same tree. So I'm going to kind of do the snowman snow globe. I was wanting to do something other than the presents so I could be able to keep it out in January-ish, but I'm not really for sure what to put in with it because everything kind of is Christmassy because obviously it's supposed to be Christmas. Christmas snow globes, but I also really like the cardinal one in the house one, but I just think I'm gonna run out of time on that because I can't really dedicate anything. She asked for you to do on a 16 count Ada or 32 count, so I am doing mine on a 16 count Ada, and I just have a small start on the tree. So I need to get that done so I'll be ready for Jingle Ball. I am taking 2 classes. I am taking the Liz Mathews Snow Globe class, and then I'm also taking Primrose Cottage classes. And I'm wanting to I really want to take the Heart and Hand class with the Santa stand-up. I've been seeing people work on that. I just think it's so cool. So I might do that class. It's a PDF, so like it's just I could download it and go from there. So I don't know if I'll be able to get all the materials by the time the class starts, but at least I would have all the instructions on how to do that, so you can take the class. So that is everything I have working on that. I'll give you my stitching plans. Like I said, Jingle Ball's coming up. I need to finish that. I plan to go to Jingle Ball. Are you going to Jingle Ball? I'm hoping it'll be lots of fun. Like I said, the first time I'm taking classes, so I'm excited about that. And then I just plan to work on Christmas stitching. I need to get everything done with that. And before we go, I want to go ahead and give you 2 Flosstube recommendations. You know, I always like to do that one. The very first one is Chris, and she is at Or Rose Stitches. I've just recently found her. Really enjoyed watching her videos. She was lots of fun to watch. Beautiful finishes. Just really enjoyed her Flosstube, so go over and check her out. And then lastly is Amy over the Disobedient Housewife. She has such a great energy. I really enjoyed watching her Flosstube. Like I said, I also just recently found her great finishes. I just really enjoyed watching everything she's working on. So go over and check out both of those ladies, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks, and hopefully I'll have some Christmas stitching done. So I'll see you later. Bye.